Hello. Maybe. There it is. What's going on, guys? It's Jake here. I haven't said that in a while. But brushing the crumbs from my breakfast off of me. Because I eat really late. So I wake up late. Holy crap. My hat's not backwards. Would you look at that? I'm not late. You're late. Amani, I'm always gonna be late. It's just a thing that's gonna happen. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay. Desktop audio is a little loud there, according to my audio levels, but I'm also a little quiet actually. Actually, no, that was perfect. I forgot I had to up it from my recording yesterday. How do you know, DC? How do you know? It's quite usual for me to have chicken nuggets for the first meal of the day. I am a big chicken nugget fan. I don't know if I've talked about it much on the channel, but I'm excited for this build too. Let's say some hellos here. Remy starting off with fire emojis. I don't know how early that was, but Erwin made it. Hello, Amani, Erwin, DC, Remy, Jerry, Azalea. How you guys doing? Of course, you have a very big brain. Yeah, we got an ARCANINE boy today, and a quite dusty hinge on this, but that doesn't matter. Oh, it's got a little border on it. Got some other Pokemans. But this is really scuffed up. But it seems good according to my notes, so it's all good in the hood. Alright. I feel like I was going to say something when I started the stream, but I forgot, so it's not that important. But I'm low-key excited after the Apple event. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't raise the price, honestly. I'm surprised. I don't know. I feel like a lot of it was pretty big jumps, but people aren't really talking about how big of a jump it is. And I think it's odd that they are gonna make people pay for the emergency features. If you didn't watch the Apple event that just happened, they announced this new SOS feature where you can text or call 911 or whatever your emergency service is from pretty much anywhere, from more places, via satellite. And I don't know if there's certain bands involved that make it so you can't use it with like the iPhones that are already out, but I feel like this is something that could just be a part of the next iOS. I guess not. And after 2 years, they're going to make you pay for it. Life-saving technology that they're going to make you pay for that is just a software thing as far as I know. But I don't know. Okay, the one thing I really care about with iPhones is cameras, and that's a huge camera upgrade. 48 megapixel sensor with Pro RAW is huge. Like, I want to eventually collect all the iPhones, but I'm kind of tempted to trade in my phone for the new one, just because I wouldn't really have to pay much extra. It'd be like $100 just to upgrade. But because the carriers are giving insane deals on trade-ins for the latest phone, or for the 13 Pro. But my parents are probably like, no, you don't need a new phone, because my mom needs a new phone. But the cameras has such a huge upgrade, it would upgrade the videos in the channel. And I think that the iPhone is also the cheapest beginner-friendly professional camera. I feel like that's how it should be marketed, but there we go. What is that GBA card over there? This is me screaming, not screaming, doing the evil laugh as I'm about to cut through a Game Boy Color. This is courtesy of Natalie the Nerd, and it's my new test cart. So if I want to test the buttons on Game Boys, I can do that without having to put in any other games. There we go. Yeah, I have the 13 Pro. There we go. I hate when those tabs on the speakers get all super flat. That can usually is the problem with poor speaker connection on SPs. At least that's what I've experienced. Okay, this is all gonna fall out. So we'll just take it all out. Okay. I have the 13 Pro Max, and with AT&T, they offered, I think, $1,000 for a trade-in, which is insane after a whole year. And I keep my things in really good condition, so I know I would get that full $1,000. Unless it's like, they probably want the terabyte one for $1,000, so I might not get the full $1,000. I might get like 900 or so. I'm surprised they didn't announce the new Apple Wing. I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Are you happy with your LG Wing? Because I feel like that would be annoying. I don't know. It would be cool to use, though. Oh, I forgot to show my dad what it looks like. I always forget about this screw under here. Always. But I've got some extra bits to extra things, I should say, to do at the end of the stream to prolong it just a wee bit. Remy, who bought one of the Game Boys on Monday, he asked me to sign his Game Boy, and honestly it feels a little weird, but I like, it's cool and I'm flattered, but it feels weird because it doesn't feel like people should be asking for my signature. But I guess I'm officially famous. because people want my signature. Come on. There we go. I think these are the aftermarket hinges in here, and these are tougher. There we go. There's only 2 of the tabs. Okay. That's the right side. There's the left side. Alright. We need to slow down. We got only 11 minutes in. I'm mad at Apple for my dead iPad that will cost the price of a new one to fix. Yeah, I like their stuff, but I don't like everything that they do. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Marquez thinks of the new stuff, because I don't know, I just trust him the most. Sorry, Austin. I feel like Marquez is the least biased on YouTube as far as tech. He usually will look at everything fairly objectively, and I feel like Austin can be a little bit biased, not like in a bad way. Just a tad. Especially because he almost always titles the iPhone videos the same. Don't buy the iPhone. Also, is the new iOS officially out for everybody now, or what? Because I want to update. I'm just waiting for the official build and not the... I don't want to be on the beta. Because I know they used to drop them like during the event, but I might have missed that part. How you doing, Rux? I love Marquez. I would still really like to do a video with them on the studio channel. I feel like this kind of stuff would fit in great with that channel. Have you done the USB-C mod for the SP? Is it tough? I did it for... I didn't show it on camera, me doing it, but I did do it for Austin's build. But I've got one right here that I'm going to make a short on soon. I just don't know which... I don't know what Game Boy to do it to. But this is the one with the audio, so you can solder this in place of the charger port, and you can use a USB dongle or USB-C dongle for audio, because the SP had a dongle for a headphone jack. which I thought was very funny. But I'll eventually do a short on that. I wouldn't say it's that hard, but I wouldn't say it's like a beginner thing. If it's your first mod, I would not do it. I'd wait till you have a little more experience. Slightly off. That's why I did it before I went to see Austin, because I did not have faith in him to do it first try. And I also didn't want to do that live on camera when I knew I was already going to be really nervous. There we go. Easy peasy. What have I become? I'm doing it again. Yeah, I don't know why, but every single one of these SPs with the prints on them have come with the switch in the on position. And it's driving me crazy. There we go. Okay. Speaker works. All right. Also, I'm finally here when I went to get some food and gas and back to work. So you're back at work now? You're all good and COVID free? Because that is good. Now I just need DC to be better. I missed the release of the iOS as well. I was in and out of working on stuff. Do you prefer funny playing? I prefer this one. The unbranded, the one chip, the high-speed Edo, whatever you want to call it. They're all the same. I like the non-funny playing versions. Unless it's Game Boy Color. For the Game Boy Advance ones, I don't like the funny playing kits. Everything else, funny playing kits are good. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. And while we've got the soldering iron out, might as well tin the pad. Boom. Alrighty then. Slap that down in there. Let's. Of course, this is in the way. Should have put the top half together before I soldered. That's alright. There we go. Cool. And I still don't like the aftermarket screws for these shells, so we're going with the original ones. The high-speed Edo is like, it is, it's just the one chip, as far as I know. I never officially really understood which one the one chip one was, because if you go on AliExpress, the manufacturer, or at least the company name, it says high speed as in, I think it's HI speed IDO. So I just call it high speed Edo. And that's how I've known it. But I'm pretty sure it's just the one chip, also known as unbranded. And I think DC also said Z Labs has that labeled the same. So I see it too now. The ears are quite large, though, or the head is small. For those watching it on the VODs channel, where the chat does not appear anymore, there's a hidden Mickey on the screen somewhere. High speed IO? Is that what it is? I thought there was a D in there. Also, the title for the stream should be "This ARCANINE SP is Irwin." Yeah, high speed Edo. Thank you, DC. I saw you said something earlier. I didn't read it though. I may need to get your help with shell dimensions soon, Jake. I have a shell which is definitely not pre-cut, even though it should be. Oh. And I want to know exactly how to align the screen perfectly because I am incorrigible. I've never heard of that word. I don't know if I said it right either. I think it's just an ancient funny playing pre-cut. Interesting. Trying to get out of the special jury summons I got the other day, because screw that. I'm not getting paid for half an hour of work for missing work after losing 2 weeks of income to COVID. Yeah. Yes, BooTube, it should fit just the same, because that's what I do. Unchanging. But fun fact, I think I am no longer going to be summoned to jury duty. I think I'm excused for life, because I have asthma, and back like when COVID was dang it, when COVID was still like giving us mask mandates and stuff, I was summoned, and I used my asthma as an excuse. I'm like, I am at risk, which is true. People with asthma are at risk, or high risk, or whatever you want to call it. And So I was just trying to get out of it this time, and from what they said back, they accepted it, and I don't know if they messed up or what, but I'm pretty sure they excused me for life. So I don't think I'll ever have to go back to jury duty due to COVID. Thanks, COVID. And where did you get this ancient funny playing shell, Mr. David, Mr. Clark? They technically can still call you in later. It's random from voter registration and car registration. But what they said in the email I got, the language suggested that I never had to go back again. I mean, it's not the end of the world if I have to do my duty as an American citizen, but I wouldn't be upset if I was excused for life. Because I've already done it twice, and I think my mom has never done it, or she finally did it once or something, and I've already been called twice. I'm only 23. This should not happen this often. Or no, my grandfather's never been called to jury duty. I think that's who it was. Dang it. I mean, I could still do it like I used to do it, but I will. Don't do it this way, people. Folks at home, don't try this at home. Or do. I'm not your parents. Do it. Probably won't be able to see this like at all. There we go. Thought I saw a crack for a second. You think jury duty is fun? I don't think getting up early to go into a cold basement to watch a video on why I should visit Oregon, the state that I live in. That's what happened for my first jury duty time. I got up at I had to be there at 8 or something, which is ridiculous. And then we signed in, and we sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there. literally in the cold basement of the county. Can't remember what the building's called, but it was in the basement. A city hall, that's what it's called. And we sat there and we watched videos on why we should visit Oregon as we're sitting there in Oregon. And we watched for like an hour. And it's like, why? Why do I need to know why I should visit Oregon? I live here. And then after all that, I also didn't do my hair that morning. I just wore a hat like I usually do. And then they made me take it off the whole time we were in court, because that would make the I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about it upsetting the former judges, but I couldn't figure out how to word it. I don't know why you need to remove your hat in freaking court. It's stupid. Well, yeah, so my hair was all like, because I also had way longer hair back then. And then all that to finally be released at noon because they didn't want me. They asked me if I was friends with, or if I knew any people in law enforcement. And I said, yes, I have a couple family friends in law enforcement. And they're like, okay, see you later. Because they didn't want me to just automatically side with law enforcement. Which is not something I would do, but if they think that I would, that's fine. That gets me out of jury. Yeah, I did have that on my graduation cap. I had the scene from SpongeBob where he asked if he could be excused for the rest of his life. Want to sell my Boxypixel purple macro for me? Do you not want it anymore, Rux? I don't want it because I've got one, but this was the first time you were called for jury duty, and it was a grand jury, so you'd have to go for one to... Wow. Yeah, no thanks. The screen didn't fit, it bent when I tried to fit it, but the actual square of for the screen was the right size for the IPS. Interesting. Yeah, I got paid like... I think I got paid like $5 for wasting my time, and it was like 4 hours because it was 8 to noonish. I get paid like $5 for 4 hours. It's like nice. Is this taxable? Okay. I'm feeling the glow-in-the-dark pads this time. I think I've already said that story on stream before, but what my dad is referencing is when I used to work at Office Max. This lady came in because at Office Max you can drop off packages to FedEx. At least ours you could. You drop it off for FedEx to take, and so you didn't have to go to FedEx, which isn't that far away from Office Max. I don't know why you'd go there, but anyways, lady came in, and FedEx had already came by, and she's like, "Oh, I need this dropped off today." And I'm like, "Oh, you could go to FedEx." And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure there's one." Or no, I just said, "You go to FedEx." And then she's like, "Oh, where's it at?" And I instantly blanked on where it was. Instantly. No idea. Not a single location popped up in my head. There's only one in town, but for the life of me, I could not think of it. And instead of saying, "Sorry, I'm dumb and I can't think of it," I said, "Sorry, I'm new to town. I don't really know the area." And she said, "Oh, that's okay. I'll just Google it." Which, why wouldn't you just Google it in the first place? This is, even at that point, it was 2019. Like, come on. You have a computer in your pocket. Just look it up. And then she, as soon as she left, I was like, I know exactly where it is. It's where Payless used to be. It's on 9th Street, right next to Goodwill. But it makes for a good story, and it's quite funny. So by that logic, if you don't know anybody in law enforcement, you'll automatically side against them. Exactly. Now, I think it's because I said they're family friends that made them think, okay, well, if they like them, if they're close with them enough to be family friends, then they're probably going to side with them. But if I just said, yeah, I know some people, they'd be like, would you side and blah, blah, blah. And then they'd get their answer. But it's the defense attorney that was asking me that. I'm sure the other side would be like, oh yeah, we like you. But they have to agree. I don't know. I feel like there should, I don't know how jury duty should work. It's weird. And boring. I don't think we need training on how to be a juror. Because they only give you like 15 minutes of training for it right before you go in. And then an hour long of, you should go to the coast of Oregon. Newport has Moe's clam chowder and Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't even know if they have that. Are the Wax Museum and the Ripley's place even still going? But there we are. It's all done. Let's test it out. Hello, Damien. And Philip Greery. It is a nice looking SP, thank you. But this is what's on this beautiful cart. You see what this is right here? It says subscribe to the main channel. At least that's what this graphic's pointing out. But whether you're watching it live now or you're watching it after fact on the VODs channel, you should subscribe to the VODs channel. I don't think I have it linked in the description, I had it linked in last week's description. But at the end of the stream, I will make another stream live on the VODs channel so you can keep the good times rolling and help me get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours so I can monetize the channel. But a lot of you have been watching it, just haven't been subscribing. So what's up with that? I haven't been to Newport in so long. It's been a very long time. Been to Toledo, but I've been like on the beach. Okay. I'm just getting some of the trash put away real quick. Oh, actually. I forgot I want this little bag. Oh, I'll take that bag. Okay. All that off to the side. But A and B, those work. Right, left, up, and down. Start and select. R and L. Beautiful. And like normal, brightness button works. I'm going to clean these little rubber feet up. And then we'll get to listing this. So if you want this, get your fingertips ready, because these, besides the Raikou one, these have always sold very fast. It will be $250 because these shells are very expensive with the UV print on them. And it will come with these if you want to swap them out. It's all friction fit. So. Okay. Also will come with a charger for charging this, because not everybody's got an SP charger. And I think tomorrow, I will drop the members only video about plug-and plays, and it's gonna be it is pretty good. But yeah, Taylor, I recognize the name. I'm gonna drop this off. Hold up, wait a minute. I'll drop this off to Taylor later today. Boom. See, finally snagged that. I'm surprised it actually lasted as long as it did. But okay, where is it? There it is. Let's list this thing. There is a 10-second delay, so if you're wanting it, I'd refresh. There's the top link in the description, it should be, for this right here. And it'll just bring you to the SP page. Keep refreshing until you find that listing. It should pop up very, very soon. Very soon. Like right, almost. Just kidding, it'll be like 10 more seconds. But just keep refreshing and get ready. ARCANINE and active. Boom. The listing is up, but there is no inventory in it, so you can't buy it just yet. Take a picture. Take another picture. And Boom, it is live. So, if you want this, it is up for sale right now. And to finish out the stream, I am going to fix the slightly crooked screen, at least attempt to fix the slightly crooked screen on this guy from last stream. And I will also be signing a Game Boy. Still weird for me to think about that, but let's tear this bad boy down, see if we can't gingerly adjust the screen. But yeah, you can buy the shell at RetroGameRepairShop.com. If you want a shorter URL, it's rgrs.us. And you can use code Jake for 10% off. I've also got a lot of I've got 2 GBCs for sale. I've got 3 GBAs for sale, and I've got 4 DMGs for sale. So I'll show those off in a bit, but you can also find those on the website retroremaster.com. You should make a Born in the 80s shirt with the DMG. I guess I could. I just didn't want... The Made in the 90s shirt was inspired by the one that is for Made in the 80s with Mario on it at GameStop. I don't know if it's their official shirt or what. But... So I didn't really think about making a Made in the 80s one. Plus I can't wear it. It wasn't made in the 80s. It was barely made in the 90s. Also, I'm going to have a lot more free time to work on content next week because my parents are leaving me, so I have the house to myself. And I'm probably just going to record a bunch of videos. And I'm already ahead. I've got 2 videos. The next 2 videos are almost fully complete. I just need to... I'm going to record the intros and outros for them after this. And then it'll be a quick edit and make a thumbnail. And boom, I'm already set. I'm going to try and make a bunch of shorts. I want to start making shorts again. Even though I'm upset with YouTube over shorts. But... okay. There is the tiniest little air gap right here. It's going to be nearly impossible to see. So I'll zoom in anyways. But you can probably see, let's see. Turn up the ISO a bit. See that little tiny air gap there? If I push it up, it still doesn't. I don't know if that helped at all. Wow, that actually came off pretty easily. I must not have stuck it down very hard. Okay. Just want to clear the dust out real quick. But this is why I liked it better when they had the three tabs on the side. There we go. Because the 3 tabs, you can just go all the way to the left and boom, and it would be aligned there. But now you can have it crooked, like I installed it yesterday or on Monday. So should be able to now just drop this all back in. Just like so. Ha ha ha. I do not have a doghouse. The dog doesn't even have a doghouse. We're allowed to sleep inside. Okay. Drop those down. But another thing with the signature is I have to sign, I had to make up a new signature because I can't use my real signature because then someone would steal my identity, or at least have the ability to. And I don't really want anybody to do that. Sorry, I'm very zoomed in still. Okay. And that's what's going on. And I'm gonna have to open this back up a bit. There's a wire. that somehow got around. I just don't want to open it all the way, but I think it's more work trying to do it without opening it all the way. There we go. Okay. Okay. My friend's job is making appealing signatures for people. Never thought of that as a market ever in my life. That is very odd, but I could have used their services yesterday, but I figured out my signature. I will show it off in a minute because I'm going to have to practice it before I actually do it. I'm very nervous that I'm going to mess it up. That is perfect placement. It doesn't get any better than that. Here, I'll lay it flat on the ground for you. Boom. It really does not get any better than that. Boom. Now I can send that off to... I can't remember who it was that bought it yesterday. I think his name was CJ. Yeah. But here's the one that Remy got yesterday. And he said he wants it on the battery cover. Probably so if he doesn't like the signature anymore, he can just toss the battery cover. So when I get canceled, he can just go like, "Nope, I don't know who he is. I don't know him." Alright. But does he want it on the outside or the inside? Remy, are you in here? Can you make yourself known? We'll look back at the DMs here. Said on the battery cover on the back. I'll message him. Alright. Message has been sent. I'll get out my my scratch paper. But this is what I was working on yesterday. This is what I've decided on. I'm just gonna do initials because my last name is kind of long. So we'll do some practice rounds here. But I need to do it on the center. I don't know why this is shifted forward. There we go. Okay. Signature practice. That wasn't bad. It's a little big. Okay. It's also got to fit on the cover. So. Yeah, I'm still doing it big. I just like it because all the whoosh marks are going in the same direction. It looks cool. I just messaged you, but so you want it right here, Remy. Did you wake up to me saying your name? Is that what happened? Hey, there you go, Taylor. Get a notification there. That wasn't a big enough loop for me. That was too big. That was badass. That wasn't bad. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. I just didn't know if you wanted it on the inside to preserve it. I don't know if this is going to be too big or not. Yeah, that's... Maybe I should get the fine tip out. We'll see. I can do it smaller. Those are pretty good. Yeah. I'm practicing just for you, Remy. Okay. Okay, cool. I was like, don't be dying on me. Don't you go dying on me. I'm still doing it. That would fit. Okay, last question, Remy. Maybe. Is it okay if I do it like this and it goes over onto the rest of it a little bit? Or do you want me to take it off while I do it? Because it'll be easier for me to do it like this, keeping it flat. I could... it's fairly flat. Never mind. I can do it like this. I can do it off of it. That piece of scrap paper is worth millions. I don't know if my signature is worth millions. Maybe soon, but maybe later in life when I'm super famous and they're like, oh my gosh, we need the scrap papers from when he was testing out his signature, his original signatures. Oh gosh, that was terrible. See, this is what I'm practicing. I have to do it at an angle. Okay. Ooh, no. Do one more here. This might even be the last sheet of paper. No, we got two more sheets. Whatever's more comfortable. Okay. Okay, so to get as much ink on as possible, I'll try going slower here. I can do it slow. Okay. So if I do it too fast, the ink's not going to set in enough. I don't want it to fade too fast. Okay, do a couple more. That's like perfect. That's like gold standard right there. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Goodness. Okay, and now I need something like the same size. To No, that's a little high. Is there something? There we go. On the soldering iron holder. Here we go. I want one more practice run. There's too much time in between. Beautiful. That's actually really good too. Okay. I still got it. Now I'm all like faking myself out, and that's not what the word is. It's tripping me up having that little indent for the Game Boy. Well, okay. Here goes nothing. I think I can also erase it with the IPA if I act fast enough. Dang it, yeah, that's gonna be tough. Okay. IPA, please. Beautiful, nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it. I'm gonna try to do it a little faster. See if that'll help. Someone's bumping their bass right now. Okay. It's hard to go fast because it just trips you up. Yeah, I need a stamp. But that's, I don't know, that feels more fake. I know this, I'll just give you a little extra one here. Oh, that doesn't write well on there at all. There you go. You get an extra one on the inside, Remy. I have my tools listed in the description. It should be probably towards the bottom. They're all affiliate links through Amazon, so I get a kickback. Okay. I'm just going to go slow. That's about as good as I can do with the Game Boy logo there. It looks a lot better on camera, actually. Yeah, farther distance, it looks a lot better. So, there you go, Remy. That is the best I can do. I hope you like it. Perfect. There you go. If I lick it, it's gonna come off. I could also put like a clear coat on the battery cover, but then it would feel different from the rest of the Game Boy. So if I put a clear coat on it, then the signature will be a bit harder to rub off. But there you go. First signatured Game Boy. For Mr. Llama. Alright. I don't want to lay it on its back because I don't want it to rub off. I want to let it dry a little bit, but the signature is Irwin. I'm just cooling it down because it's so hot. Alright. You're gonna UV printed? Okay. Well, I think that's all the excitement for this one. That S is really clean. I like that S. Sounds wrong. This one's good too. Yeah. They're both good. They're both good. That's a reference. But alright. I am going to end this one here. I'm going to let this air dry a bit. I don't think I'll send this one out today, Remy, just because I don't want it to be, I don't know. Sharpie dries fast. This is probably already dry. But I want to figure out a safe way to ship it out so it doesn't like come off on the bubble wrap or something. I might wrap it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll wrap it in a paper towel. I'll let it dry still a little bit more. But it's probably a good thing that I did it on the inside too, just in case the outside one gets messed up. But alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Please subscribe to the VODs channel, which I'm going to swap over to it right now. And I'm going to make the next stream live, which is this one, where I hydro dipped a Game Boy Advance and made it on stream, and it took a really long time to sell. So let's go ahead and make it public. It is now public, and I will leave it in the chat here. Jake Simmons VODs. You can actually search it on YouTube and it pops up. It's pretty nice. And we will copy the link, drop that in there. Go watch that video. Go subscribe to the video or the channel that video is on, and relive some of the glory days of the 5th ever stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, the 5th ever stream. And we've got a bunch of them ready to go as well. So that is all for this stream. I hope you guys did enjoy. And yeah, go subscribe to the VODs channel and go watch that old stream. I'll see you guys on Friday for Austin Evans style. It's my style of me copying another Austin series, the Wish series. I bought a few things on Wish, and well, you'll see how they went on Friday. So I will see you guys then. Bye for now. It's not my outro.